Okay, hello everyone. This is the first lab of COMP 243. And in this lab, we want to introduce you how to get connection with the Linux system in the computing department. And we will introduce some basic commands in Linux systems, how to use it to run a C program, compile and run a C program. Next, we learn some basic program in C language and try to write some code about basic functions. So let's start. First of all, if you you are in your PC is a Windows system, or you should open the secure shell. Okay. You should open your secure shell just like this, and in this interface, you need to input secure SSH to connect with the account you want to log in. For example, it's Aquil, and you can use this command in the computers in these labs to log in the Linux systems. But if you are using a personal PC, it is a Windows-based system, you should, just like me, to use SSH and the student ID and okay, and then input the password. Now it asks me to choose which account I need to log in. For example, I choose Apollo, and then I need to input my password again. Now I have logged in this. I have get connection with the Linux systems. So if you use a personal PC, it's very easy to get connected to the Linux system. And after that, we want to next we need to learn some basic Linux commands to use this system. For example, we use ls to list out the fields in the current directory. Now we have these three directory or field. And if we want to create a field, we could use PICO or NANO or VIM. For example, we use PICO. We want to create a new text field. We could use one, and we just open it. And if we just write something down and we exit, it will recommend us. It will reminds me to save this field. So I input yes. So this is the field name. If I just want to change it, for example, I just want to change its .c. It means this is a C program field. And use enter to save it. Now let's have a look what we have now. Okay, it has a 1.c program field. But the content is not correct because it's not correct C language. So besides, we can also open field, use PICO, for example, 1.c, and we just enter it. If we want to use NANO, it's also the same. Now we open it and then we exit. And if we also the command also the VIM command also function well, and we also enter it. But there is something, if we want to exit, we use ESC, not the control with X. And if we want to save it, now we should input something to we should input some direction to save it. You need to learn something commands about VIM to edit these fields. Okay, next we want to execute the code in the hello C. Hello C, we have the lib file, just like here. It means this is a main function, and we want to print out hello world. So if we copy it into the hello C, we create a new file. Okay, we also have a hello C, and we can open it. Okay, it's about to print the hello world, and we just save it. And if we want to compile it, we use the command cc here. And here are some basic Linux commands. We usually use these commands to run some fields or create some fields to do what we want. For example, cc is is a compiler, so we use cc and to compile it. Now it has been compiled successfully, and if we want to run it to see the results, we could see here it has a default output field. So if we read the output field, use this command, we could get the we could get the output of this C program. A point out means the default output field. So if we don't want to use a point out field to get the run field, and we could use this command to redirect the output. For example, we could compile it again, and we want to add output into, for example, here 1.c, and we run it. We could just read the result by read 1.c, and now it also could get the same output. So if you don't want to use the default output field name, you can name it again by this command. Okay, there are some other commands we often use in the Linux system. For example, is cd. We want to use it to change the directory. For example, if we want to, here are a sub directory named comp2432. So if we want to enter it, and we just enter the file name, and now we could get into it. And if we want to get back, if we want to go back to the last directory, we could use cd and point, and then we get back. And if we want to, we could rename a file and delete a file or copy a file. They are also very important. If we want to search something in current directory, we could use grep. Okay, they are all the basic. You could try it in your computer. For example, there are some examples. You could try it. For example, if we want to delete something, and we could use rm. It deletes the result, the A output file, and list the file again. Okay, it has been removed. So you need to practice how to use this commands like this. And if we want to know the current directory in the current directory, we could output the we could use the command export path, and you could try it Next, we need to the what components to what components is composed is included in a C program file. Here we have this one. The main function is the main procedure. So in the main function, each line of code will be run successfully in order. As for example, now we want to read a variable from the command, and in the function we want to print it out. It's also very basic. There is an example. This is the main function, and in this function we have defined named NUM. This is a variable, and we want to receive a number. So we will remind the programmer to input a number, and we should read it. This is the read. This is the read command, and this is to constrict the format, the input format. If it isn't in this format, there would be an error. And this is the address of the name. If we read something, we use the address of the variable, and then we print it out. So we want to, for example, we make all the fields. We create a new field, use CCAN, for example. So we create a new field, use scan, and point C means this is a C program field, and we just put it into it. And then we save it. Now it has we can get a new file. It's CCAN.c, and if we want to compare it and use output with named just or run. Okay, now we compare it successfully. Let's see what we get, and we get one field, so we could run it. Okay, it reminds me to input a number. For example, I use 3. Okay, now we could get the result. And here it has the output here. Because there is we didn't take the enter, we didn't use the enter, so it can't get output in one line. So if we want to use it output in just one line, and we can use this, we should edit it with. So here is the, we use this symbol to give to output it in one in a complete one line. So we could save it, and then we run it again. We also use the output of 1. Okay, we have compared it successfully, and we just run it. Okay, now I need a number, for example, 9, and then it will output the results, what we want. So here, there are some important notes for you. It's that if you want to read something from the command, you need to use the scanf function. And if you want to print something out, you just use printf function. And there will be some input or arguments in this function. And first one is a string, and the second one is output. And you can also use only the first one. You can just output a string. It is the same as similar with scanf function. And there is we also use the command of %d to read the integer, and %f for the floating point, and %s for string. So there are some common specifiers to format the variables, and it's very important. So if we want to output the things in a complete line, we use this symbol, and this means tab. And you should read this notes very carefully because it's very important C program in this language. So it's very important. And if we want to read the variable, and we just use the AND symbol to save the variable address. They are very important. Okay, so next we will try to see whether see how the C language to define the string or define the character array. So we should see what is there some difference between these two kind of data type. Okay. For example, there is a character array. It means hello, and we just define it. Here we define it in a six length, but HELLO, it is 5 characters. So why would we use 6? It means that there is a 9 character in this string, because this is a string, and we give the string to the character array. There is a 0 or 9 character after this 5 characters. So it's very important for us to understand why the string is why the string is longer than the character's number. And we have defined another character array, and we give each character in this string to this array, and we also give HELLO and 0. 0 means 9, and we see are they the same? So there is a code, and we want to create a new field to try to compare and run this to see if they are the same. Okay, for example, I already have 1b.c. Let's see okay here, and I need to change here. There we give the character size of 5. We give it the 0. 0 is the same with 9, and we want to see whether they are different. We need it output. We run this field. We give it output to 1b. Okay, we have compared it, and then we just read the results. Okay, so here, string 1 is hello, and because we just give the hello string to the character array, the first character array, and the second is also hello. There is and in the end, it's also the same for these two strings. So there, if we give a string to a character array, and then it means that there is more than the number of characters because there is a 9 in the end of the string. So 0 or 9 means the end of the string. And if in this function, if we change the 5, the second this second string 5 means the 6th character. If we change the 0 to another punctuation, and we could see what it happened. For example, we edit so 1b point C, and if we change it, it will not the same. The character array is also can be printed out successfully, but maybe they are not the same. Okay, I just change it and run it again. And what will happen? Okay, here the string 2 has been changed because the 6th character has been changed from 0 to this punctuation, and the first 5 characters are the same, but for the last one, it has they are different totally. So the result is different. It's different from the previous one. So we need to know that if we give a string to a character array, there is a 9 character in the end. Okay, so if we want to define or initialize some arrays, for example, the int array or child array or string array, they are also the same. We could use 2 ways. For example, we could define the length of this array, and if not, we could use a 9 length here, and C will count the number of this of the input and just give it the size. For example, we could see what if they are the same. And if we give some instructions to we try to run this definition of arrays. We could open the hello, and we change here. Okay, we just use a new field. For example, is we use 11.c, and just we open a new field, and in the new field we should give the instilled package, and we want to define this. Okay, and we print out them. For example, we want to print, we first print out month. If we want to print this array out, and we need to, since it's a integer array, we need to print each comment of this array iteratively. So we use for loop to print it out. So here we firstly we define the size of this array, and we just print it iteratively, just like this. And the for loop means that we print each integer in this array. And then this is the end of the function. Here, we also want to print each one. It means month, and the I means current now. Okay, and if we want to print out this char array, and we can only use the print of, it's very easy. Then the integer array, we just print off the string. And this symbol %s means the string, and we just input the first str2, and here to see whether there are some incorrect. Okay, and we exit to save it. And now we try to run this field and give it output, to give the output name means 11. Okay, there is some error here. So we should edit this field again and edit and there is some symbol correct, because there is some has been used Chinese symbols, so it's not correct. We need to delete this. And if we want to output, we want to print out the integer, we need to use the while loop. It's very important. Now we have defined the ends again. And here we define this integer array, and this is to compute the size, because we have already know the size is 12, so we can define it equals 12 directly. And here we save it and then run it again to see if there error. Okay, for loop is not only used in the mode. So in this character mode, for loop is not allowed. We could use while. Okay, it remains as this code should be only allowed, the for command is only allowed in CC mode, and it reminds me to use std equals C99 to run this file. So I could run it again by this command. And it has been compiled successfully. So let's read the output. Current 1, and it has output each integer in this array. Okay, since we didn't have the enter in the end of the output, so there are some ways to initialize this character array. So we should try to learn if we don't know the length, how to initialize if we use the string to give it to the character array, and how to redefine it. You should practice this. And let's see that what will happen if we directly define the arrow array in this way. Let's let us see and what will happen. Okay, we just open 11.c. And we define this. Okay, we just after this for loop, we define the char array. It first string. We name it first string 4, and we give the each component of it. First one is the each, and the second one is the e and l. And let's print this. Print out this. And we give the format of this variable, and then is the variable. Okay, and we also use enter to and don't forget the basic punctuation needed in the C language, and we just save it. And then combine it again. Is 11.c, and give is the result. We give the result of 111, and then compare it. Okay, it also reminds us to use equals C99 if we want to use the for loop. And then we have compiled it successfully. Let's read the let's see the result. Is 111. Okay, it can print out the hello, and it is a char array. But since we didn't give it the none in the end, so it can make it up for us. And next, this is a program to compute the GPA, and we could try to run this program here. It's very important. There is no scan function to read the input variables. It just use ARGC and ARGV to read the variables in the command. So it means that if we want to when we try to get the result, we usually run we read the A point out, and then if we give some variables here, it will be read into as the input of this program. For example, let's have a try. For example, I have defined the 1C already, so let's open it. Okay, here it has defined this problem correctly. It means that if ARGC means the program name, so it is the name of ARGC. So if we have 4, and it will read as this. This switch case means that in which territory read, and we give it the specific GPA scores, and this is the computation, and we try to run this program. 1C, and we give it output into 1C. Okay, it has been compiled successfully, and if we read the results 1C, and we give it A, B, C, D. Okay, there are 4 subjects. It will count the input what we give. It account these projects automatically here 4. And the GPA for 4 subjects, it will compute the average of the score, because here A means 4 points, and B is 3 points. So it will compute the average of these numbers. So in this function, we can see that ARGC it's the number of the input, is the number of what we input, and ARGV it will switch each input into the score what we want, because we have the for loop and the switch case to transform this to transform each territory into the score what we want in our standard, and this is a computation of GPA. So if we want to rename the program, we can give it we can name the output into for example GPA like this, and 1C, and we give the output to GPA, and we can run it, compile it again, and we can get the results GPA, and we give it AA, and then compute the average score. So the program is the first one is the program name. The program name will read the output field name. So if we want to make it what we want, and we can rename the output field. And in the laboratory exercise is that we want to input different, and we just change the code to get what we want, and you should practice. Okay, this is today's lab exercise, and you can learn how to modify this code to get the output. Okay, thank you.